Good morning, everybody. Well, this is on both Facebook and YouTube, the With Inspiration Network. We have made the right connection. I can't really see anything if I am actually live or not, but hopefully I am, because this is something and had a wonderful. I had it set up so that need to hear. And so I'm just so grateful for this weekend. I lost my phone, so I'm just getting my phone a few minutes ago. So I am going to be posting. And we had 2070, and we had a couple over 8, and they are applying, just as I am, the principles of Better with Time, which is basically renew how you're thinking, constantly. Watch what comes out of your mouth. And those things, when we do that, it keeps us young. It renews us, as the Bible said, like the eagle. So I just want to share a few words. So bring insight as it helps me hold of me a few years ago, that we are all meant to live an abundant life. Goodness that we are meant to experience while here. So today I just want to share a few things that hopefully will touch your home, maybe help you to see. Today is one of those mornings, I just don't want you to hear it. Right? I'm on the 5 senses of our physical bodies. You know, how we, what we feel, what we taste, what we smell, what we hear, but we believe about life, what we believe about ourselves. Because I do believe that what we see is reality, right? And so, because when we start to live our lives differently, because life is really based on perspective, how we view it, how we view ourselves. If we have faith in a God, no matter what, perspective comes from those things, and and so simple, but I believe is also profound. Be convinced in a harvest filled with God's goodness, good things that are already ours, good things that were already right. It's already ours, right? And many of us are lacking in some areas. The problem has not been the harvest. The problem, right? Because according to the scriptures of the Bible, right? That's what it says. That means it's already ours. Speak for myself has not been that. And so, about this message of Jesus, heard it, and a few. As conditioning, you know, we take more work to do. The harvest is going up in the evangelical. We took that and even passing with souls. We got to go out and win souls for the kids to come to church, because we wanted people to. But the laborers are few. Go out and. But faltered within me, because if Jesus said, do we have to win souls anyway? The harvest is already, and it's up to us just to see the things that are seen, but the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. When God blesses us, or the things that God gives us, they're first given in the unseen realm, not already ours. Just living according to wholeheartedly believe that what has been given to us is already ours. To me, that's what real faith is. Faith is believe you can handle it with the physical, do something eventually, right? Hear about yours, right? It's already yours. How about if the joy that you see in others and you want in yourself Right? How about if it's already yours? And I can connect scripture with everything that I'm saying. He always where? Within, right? Fasting and doing all of these things, right? Abundant. Then from us. To have children ourselves. Giving our children good pleasure to give us the kingdom. For us to accept, the things that I can see it. And if you can't test it as yours, fool, he's saying that about y'all, but my cup runneth over. I'm not just going to accept a cup that's barely full, half full, or even 3/4 full. Runneth over, right? And hopefully before, doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what background you grew up in when it comes to religion. The harvest is as plentiful for one as it is another. But let me just say, teachings of Jesus. This is not just for people that's going to make you better. That Jesus meant what he said, that there's an abundant life that he came to reveal to each and every one of us. Believing that's good, but do you really believe that he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly? And what does that mean to you? Right? There was a time in my life where I accepted that maybe God just doesn't want to bless me. Maybe now I believe wholeheartedly that my field is full, that the harvest is plentiful. It's already mine. I just couldn't see it. And I expect nothing less than God. I don't want anybody to hear this message. Sometimes you got to go through some things to be able to properly receive the harvest. But most importantly, many of us have never seen it. We've denied it. We're of it. I refuse to receive that life. I believe I favor full of good things. I'm not by sight, right? Not about you. It's about already mine. Right? Don't we know when we get paid for our work, or until the money was already yours before you could hold it in your hand? See, to me, this is what real teaching of what we have already been given, overflowing with, and because we have. So my question, I say how much I love Jesus, and I do, and I appreciate. Right? So my thing is, why would we reject an abundant life, belief in abundant life? When he experienced all he did, and now let's make this clear. Teach or believe that he had to shed blood and all of those things for me to be right with God, because I believe, that will lead to abundant life, because it's already plentiful. Because their religion denied them in seeing it. I taught a couple weeks ago how you cannot see what is already yours. Jesus, the veil is was to scales, as Paul experienced, right? So we got to get beyond this. We go to church and we shout and we jump and we sing and we lift out and struggle and sickness and disease. None of us. Normalize. One of the problems that I see, a big problem nowadays, is that we are normal. I believe the world, I talked about the senses of the body. There's, right? God that will bring delight with you. what's contrary to abundance, because then we are actually hindering God. God created the heavens and the earth. The morning, I go back to the very beginning, was without form earth. And the Spirit, and God said, let there be light. When the earth will, and we are state more good. Because it says, and God saw that the light was good. So y'all, we are with us, right? Right? Meant to experience what peace really looks. We're supposed to be able, with our physical eyes, to see sunsets, sunrise, right? And so we can't deny God, see it. And please understand, abundance, when I speak of abundance, abundance is not just material things. Right? Life and abundance, some people glorify lack and struggle and strain and pain as it glorifies God. I understand that abundance is about that you can expect. That is a clarity in mind. Many people are searching for, they don't, in essence, they are searching for alignment with God because God is who we came from. Material things is included. Right? People are searching for a life that feels whole, full, and free. And when you start to see abundance, that's when you start to understand that it's already yours. So, if this life that I'm talking about, this abundant life, is already available, we have to see it to receive it. Internal work that needs, not about what you do outwardly, and see the harvest, to experience it, to receive it. There was a few, never the real work or the real labor, limiting beliefs that we once had, our beliefs that accepted lack, overcome fear-based thinking. Our life upon and people, because it's built on fear. Bible tells me God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Right? It's not about fear. So we got to get rid of that fear-based thinking. We got to heal old. Sometimes the work we've done externally is only to years and years ago. Sometimes understand our true identity. I am that I am. And we have the right and the privilege of adding on the other side who you are. And many of us haven't. And I know everything. I'm far from it. No. There is an infinite intelligence. But I will say that we need to develop or inspire a truth within us that makes life better. There are people that are proclaiming stuff that they believe and will argue you down as true, but they're miserable inside. I'm talking about the abundant life. So doing the inner work allows us to see what we have missed in the past and to receive it, right? So I'm just calling upon my brothers and sisters because I love you. I just want to share this, that, Jesus said that the laborers are few. And I just, it's not because it's already ours. As far as to say, it's no need to fix the outside, because when you align inwardly, the outside fixes it itself. Just start the work that we do, the labor that. So please know that labor, it who you are and where you're at. It requires stillness. Let's get away from feeling that we got to just have traditional church will work you to death because I felt you do more, then God is going to bless you more. When in actuality, we need more stillness. I can say this from experience. You got to be different. We got to get away used to fitting in certain places. But then something started to happen within. And what we used to hear growing up, stay here or know what is within me. And it also takes responsibility that many avoid, is that, this labor, and when you talk about it, is not well received. Right? There is, I can say, the power that I believe in, the presence sitting on a throne somewhere, ready to extend out that scepter for. See, the presence that I'm talking about, you to willing to do for your good pleasure. Right? So we got to get away from this thought of a power outside of us that will change everything for us if we do enough and if we're good enough. We got to learn to cooperate with the work, the labor. That there are some people that simply, that's why tradition can be so comfortable, because it keeps you in a loop of being who you have always been. But yet be a palms acceptable. But you've heard in the past, you reject it because change is necessary to live the abundant life. I want to be transformed by the renewing of my mind. So I had to understand that being the same, I hope I'm not the same 5 years from now. But don't believe that they are worthy of God's goodness. According to your faith, let it be done unto. If you don't believe it, that you'll never walk in it. Nobody or no thing is going to change. See it more. This abundant life that Jesus, because I had so much. I hope there's somebody out there that is with me that is saying, you know what? I believe, because we cannot accept limitations any longer. Might look different than yours. There are things that you desire, things that you want to enjoy, and there are some of the things that you might consider leading to your abundant life. There are people that, right? This man, he ran to Father City next weekend and 52 miles in one day. Crazy. His abundant life, right? Sunday. It's a good chance that this man never steps into a church. But guess what? He living his abundant life. Because I can guarantee you, doing these marathons and traveling and meeting people, he was sharing how he a part of this team, and good chance he never steps into a church. But guess what? He living a form of his abundant. Just said it. It's true. If he came to give it to us or reveal it to us, I'm not going to deny it. In closing, I just want to awaken to the truth of what has always been true about you. Just hope you to walk in it. See, y'all, one of the reasons that each and every one am, the more I can share. And that makes a chance, the more abundant you are with me. But it's the same thing. This is scripture. It said, Paul said, be a cheer. They don't have anything to do. You have abundantly. Right? That the harvest is plentiful, the laborers are few. Let's not be in the crowd of those who are not doing the labor. And let's understand, the Bible is symbolic. Metaphors, analogies, similes, and all of those things. So when Jesus was talking about a harvest, it means for you and I. We've been praying for, if you lack anything. You just have to open your spiritual eye to be able to see it. It's already there. Those things that are ours, you have to feel a certain way. You have to speak a certain way. One of the things we got to watch, we'll believe in this abundant life, but then we speak contrary to it. Why you ain't seen it yet? Watch what comes out of your mouth. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So y'all, I hope we come to this place that we really believe that the harvest really, really is. Us to enjoy it. Spirit, hoping this message this is my heart's desire. YouTube, that I haven't before, determined than ever to share inspirational messages because there's an influx of negative messages everywhere we turn. So not just what comes from within you, being a blessing to other people. So I want to say much love to everybody. Thank you for your time spending with me on the With Inspiration Network. Hope it's been a blessing to you. I hope I planted, if not planting a seed, hopefully the seed has been watered, but as the scripture says, God will get the increase. So I want to say much love. Hope you have an amen on next. Well, my beautiful wife will be sharing next week. So it is going to be my birthday. So I am just going to relax next week as my wife gets up and shares a beautiful message, inspirational message. So